Hey guys, it's me Sujo over here. Welcome back to another video. So, on this video, I'm going to be talking about the problem with Indian men. So, just a quick disclaimer I just want to make it very clear that I'm not talking about all Indian men, but I would say a majority number of Indian men have this problem, right? So, if you're new to my channel, the name of my channel is called the Sujo in Vietnam. I've been living in Vietnam for over 7 years. I was an English teacher before for 4.5 years. Then I started my online business in digital marketing, and I'm also a full time YouTuber. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and that way you can support my content. So, let me just have a bit of my late night tea. All right, so since my boots are out here in India, been here now for 4 months, so I just want to give my personal experience of how I feel about Indian men. Um, so I'm just talking about my interactions with most Indian men. Sorry, it's a bit noisy outside. I'm still in India, so yeah. So I'm going to give it from my personal point of view because I'm pretty much well traveled internationally, and I've lived overseas in many different countries. So now so I just want to compare. I just want to talk about Indian men. Like what problem they have in general, right? So the first thing which comes off right off the bat is I find like most of the Indian men here to be um, a bit rude. Yeah. So it's just like when they talk, they communicate, so they come off a bit rude. Um, I don't see a very friendly vibe, right? Like in other countries, like if wherever I mean in other countries like wherever I mean where I have been before, maybe in Southeast Asia or whatever. The men over there usually they have a smile in their face. I mean to say, they usually have a smile, right? They're like very polite. Um, but here I do find like most of the Indian men they're kind of a bit rude, and of course they lack the smile. That is the biggest problem. Like if I go to a coffee shop or if I just sit down or something, the first thing which I see is some of the Indian men. They just look at me and just with the rude face or with the dead stare. So it's not a very welcoming vibe. Yes, I mean I would be happy like if other Indian men, like if Indian men they have a smile on their face and they're looking at me or whatever. It's just like it's like you're inviting positiveness, right? You're inviting positiveness. Um, it's very easy to get a lot of negative energy here in India, especially from Indian men. What I mean to say is that most Indian men they look at you with a serious face, with a dead stare, talk to you rudely, and it's going to happen to you. You know, the lack of politeness. So you're going to have that negative vibration, especially if you're out here in India, right? So that is something which I observe out here from most Indian men out here. I mean, it's very rare to find Indian men, maybe sitting at a coffee shop, they're smiling with a smile on their face, or how are you. You will not have this out here in India. I've never seen any Indian guy at any coffee shop, any Indian man in any coffee shop, or at a park, or if I go for my evening walks, they'll be like, "How are you?" or "Good evening," or whatever. You will not have this, right? Especially the Indian youth, the younger generation Indian men. I find them to be a bit rude. Um, so that's one thing. The second one would be, I mean, I'm not making it like points, but the other observation which I noticed is that most of the Indian men, they're always with their phones. A lot of phone fobbing. So they're always with their phone, glued onto their phones. A lot of disconnection. Gone are those days, when you are actually sitting at a park and, other Indian men want to make friends with other Indian men, or, nowadays everyone is with their smartphone, completely disconnected from the society. And I see this a lot with a lot of Indian men out here just with their smartphones. They're standing in the busy, like maybe in a busy road, where you have a lot of where you have a lot of traffic, just standing with their phone, or it's just complete disconnection, right? Um, so human to human touch, I mean, the human to human connectivity is kind of getting wiped out. A lot of social distancing. Um, so sorry, it's still loud outside, right? I'm trying to maintain this video. So yeah, I mean, a lot of phone fobbing. Um, so that's my observation, actually. I mean, I don't have anything else. I mean, even like if I go to some coffee shops out here in India, I don't want to name the coffee shops, but sometimes, the barista guys, young guys, half my age, like I'm in my 40s, they must be around 25 or whatever. They will be very serious, or they'll talk to me in a very serious way. So they're lacking the politeness, they're lacking the friendliness. Um, and of course, it's it gives out that negative energy, the negative vibe. So yeah, I mean, if you're a young Indian man watching this, watch this video with an open mindset. You can always change your attitude towards life. You can always become a better human being. Remember, the more positiveness you bring out from within you, you will start attracting more friends. The law of attraction will be there. And it all comes down with a very simple smile, or just a wave hello, which I've never seen out here in India, to be honest. Even in any city you would go, I don't think so you'll have that. So I wish it would have been a bit different. So as India is still a very evolving country, it's a developing country, and the younger generation, they are altering their mindsets and everything. So yeah, and you can incorporate this, start being a bit more friendlier towards other Indians. um, and which leads me um, to make you watch a video which is called as "Do I Find Indians to Be Friendly?" So I'm going to keep that video, as a recommended video. You can click on that. So I think it's going to be out here. Yeah, so you can watch that video and you can take my personal experience. Yeah. So yeah, it would be better. I would like to see, like a year down the line, or maybe within the next 2 years down the line, Indian men to be a bit more friendlier, have more smiles on their faces, be more humble, be more nice, be more um, down to earth. And of course, the problem which I see is like most Indian men, they have that ego problem, like, that thuggish ego problem, like I'm something special or something, or here in India, you have that, like that thuggish attitude, kya re, this, that, this, that. So the more you can be humble, the more you can be friendlier, the more you will have smiles on your face, the more you'll attract a lot of positiveness. If you are giving out negativeness to other human beings, you will get that negative energy in return. So always remember that. So take that as a lesson for today, a thoughtful lesson. So yeah, I would love to hear from you. How do you find Indian men in general? I mean, even if you're an Indian or if you're a foreigner, let it down. I mean, you can write it down all in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. So yeah, if you like watching this video, make sure to like the video and all the good stuff. And if you found this video to be informational, you can always buy me a coffee. The link is down in the description below. So with that being said, you guys have a great evening. This was me, Sujoy. Peace out.